Today we're going to be reviewing The Blob. No, not my midsection, the movie from 1988.
Is this a metal thing?
Yes.
Little taste.
David, what is this?
It's pretty thick.
Break.
I have to kill a lot of people. Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
I have big tits and a tiny vagina.
Oil me up, Daddy.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers big tits. Mistletoe alert. This is backcountry.
This guy was a real jerk.
How long can Hugo be pregnant?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Oh, you're such a dick, David.
Okay, everybody, put on your corpse handling gloves.
Ew.
Hoodie Picasso. Horror.
Hello and welcome to Horror Movie Talk. I'm Bryce Hanson, the Blob with a terrible bland personality. And with me is a bad boy with a heart of gold, David Day, and a tooth of gold too.
Hey, how's it going? That's right. I'm not only am I back, I'm 100% gold proof.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. Today is an old school Horror Movie Talk episode with just the boys.
Listen, if here's the cool thing about being with the boys, ain't nobody getting fucking offended. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, technically,
nobody's gonna go home crying from this one.
Technically, everyone on the last several months, we have all been boys as well.
I mean, the old school boys.
The old school boys.
Boys, the classic definition of boys.
Yeah!
Yeah!
All right, we're an opinionated and sometimes intentionally funny horror movie review show. New theatrical releases always get priority, but we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible. Don't expect a full recap, but strap in for some hot takes as we dive into what we liked and hated about the movie. Make sure you rate and review anywhere you're listening. Check out horrormovietalk.com to find links to our socials, or call 682-253-4468 and leave us a voicemail. We've got a great show today. We'll be reviewing The Blob from 1988. We'll start out by giving a brief spoiler-free synopsis and review. After we give our score, we'll jump into the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen The Blob, a 30-year-old movie, 40-year-old movie, Jesus, you can skip that section until you do. And then later on, we're going to have a special guest to talk about reports of blob activity. I don't want to spoil it, but stay tuned.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
It does sound interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not the special guest, am I?
No.
Okay.
No, you're an unspecial guest.
Okay.
So yeah, but before we get into it, do you have anything to say, David? They said you couldn't come back,
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they're fucking wrong because they don't pay money, so they can get fucked. And no, but seriously, if anybody remembers the saga, the Sydney saga, where I fired her at the time, can't remember.
No, it was him at the time.
There you go. Can't be sued for sexual harassment.
They, them, maybe. I can't remember.
Whatever.
The timeline.
The point is, back then, I fired Sydney. And I was even quoted as saying, money, 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 money.
Mm-hmm.
I said those words, hoping, praying that our audience would be intelligent enough to know that was a joke. And
that everyone was in on it, maybe?
If all the melodrama wasn't enough, I just figured the line, money, 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 while I rubbed my hands like this in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured that would be a cue for everyone to go, oh, this is a kayfabe. This is not real.
Kayfabe is Britney Spears' ex. Is that right?
Right. Justin Federline.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, nobody, very few, not nobody. There were a lot of bros out there who were like, you guys you could tell that this is a joke, right? People were just fucking so mad at me, which is fair. You know, I'm a terrible person on this show, but I mean, Bryce, how much of the show would you say is real life?
With you and me, very, very little. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes reality creeps through, but yeah, I mean, we're still feeling the pain of that kayfabe. Like just, I mean, even within the last month, we still get like, I just can't support, this show because of these horrible, bigoted people. And
that just means those people are very dumb. Can you imagine?
I've got to read this. I even put a attempt to boost my ego on the Facebook group just because of this one comment. So this is from Antonio Trejo. 5 days ago, he said, I've been following you guys for a while. I stepped away after the stunt Bryce and David being horrible people, mainly David, but Bryce saying absolutely nothing about it. And now it feels like Bryce just doesn't care about the production at all as Max and Sydney break their collective backs to carry Bryce's terrible, bland personality through an episode 1 week at a time. Do better.
Well,
Try to be more interesting or leave the show to Sid and Max.
When he's right, he's right.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, it's kind of hard to take as a person, just someone saying you have a terrible, bland personality, because it's just kind of saying, like, I don't like this, just everything about you, which is odd because if someone's been following us for a while,
they gotta like you.
Yeah, I guess they only like you, but also you made them angry.
Yeah.
And I didn't defend. I don't know. I mean, no, I will say for the record, and I have said, but as with these things, no one cares about what you actually say. I apologize to anyone that was offended or it made them think of bad things about their own life and, felt stigmatized or whatever. But, I mean, we're just having fun here, guys. Hey, everyone's in on the joke. Hopefully the audience is in on the joke and you know what? And you know what? Shut up for a second. For everyone you just apologized to, I don't apologize to you. And I think you should seriously reevaluate what you believe on the internet. Like nothing's real on the internet. Zero. You should know that by now. Retarded. Yeah, I think you're retarded. And it's very dumb of you. But, I mean, Bryce, this is the big part of the reason why I stepped away from horror movie talk is they say you should never disdain your fans. But it's just these people, they're sweaty and they smell like people. What's that? What's that line? Is it from There Will Be Blood? Oh, I can't remember the line, but it's not talking about smelling. He's just like, can't stand being around these people. Just utter disdain. Right. Yeah. But it's hard to find things worth liking. Yeah. Well, and that's the problem with the internet, right? Is it's so impersonal. It takes away any part of humanity. It makes it easy for me to be, thought of as the very cartoonish character that I portrayed, Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, yes, John Cena. And, I mean, it makes people think the worst thing. And that was the bit. I mean, quite frankly, it was kind of what I was asking for. So thank you. Because those were the biggest numbers we did in a long time. Yeah. And it's the irony of like making people angry on the internet is
strangely effective at boosting your numbers and also turning people away that,
And
were
there's
regular listeners.
Yeah, and there's so much more to it than, because it was a kayfabe, like, I still own the show. Like, I didn't give the show, I didn't sell the show to Sydney. What are you, fucking nuts? I used it to get my fucking gold tooth, bro. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
I don't have any bling sound effects.
That's okay. We got to...
That's the other thing on that Facebook group is several people said that they missed the drop. So I'm really trying to do a drop packed episode today.
Oh, thank you. I missed them too. Okay. Well, you know what? We've,
who the fuck cares? This has been beaten to death anyways.
Yeah.
I should probably say that this is a surprise to Max and Sydney that this episode is being recorded. I didn't actually tell them. But it's Thanksgiving weekend. David had some time and, we're recording this episode just like old times.
Hell yeah.
So, do with that what you need.
Yeah.
All right. So the Blob can be found for rental. I don't think it's streaming anywhere right now. A mysterious space object falls to Earth in a sleepy mountain town of Arborville, California, when a unwashed, unhoused individual stumbles upon the crater. He is attacked by a formless gelatinous substance. When the town's cliche love triangle finds him, the football player, cheerleader, and motorcycle bad boy take the filthy cleanliness divergent individual experiencing homelessness to the hospital. There, the gelatinous substance quickly consumes several townspeople and becomes, you guessed it, the Glob.
Oh, from Adventure Time.
Yeah. The Blob is one of the The Blob is one of those movies that I watch and truly don't understand why it's not lauded more. With a disrespectful 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
People may not realize that this is a well-crafted monster tale that rivals The Thing and Tremors. Director Chuck Russell and the young Frank Dremond, writer not Police Squad, the young Frank Darabont, who wrote this, had just come off a successful collaboration with A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, and they show off their skill here. The plot features an impressive number of satisfying setups and payoffs throughout. There's an excellent mixture of action, horror, and humor throughout that would satisfy fans of any of those genres. The most impressive feature of the film is the practical effects that convincingly portray a formless blob as a real menace. Where the original 50s blob looked like strawberry jelly mashed through miniatures and settling in stationary positions, the 80s incarnation whips out tentacles, surrounds and digests people with alarming speed, all in front of your eyes. The intention of Russell and Darabont was to portray the blob as an inside-out stomach, consuming all it touches, and they convincingly created it through a variety of stop-motion puppetry and miniature work. It's a corny monster premise, but somehow made actually terrifying by showing, not telling, what the monster can do. It's not deep, but it's a lot of fun. I can't imagine anyone not having a good time watching this one. I give it a 10 out of 10. This is like a Tremors 10 out of 10. Like, it's one of those just excellently crafted monster movies with just enough character and like just enough fun to make it just perfect.
I totally see that. Now, this was not your first viewing of The Blob, correct?
No, I watched it last Halloween.
So this was number 2, second time?
This is number 2, yeah.
Okay, and was it better or worse this time?
It was about the same.
Okay. So this was my first viewing of this, and I had, okay, so like my history with this movie goes obviously way back to Video City in Hazeldale and, or Salmon Creek. And, walking past this box in the horror section as a 6-year-old or whatever it was tough. It was spooky. I didn't like it. I have that seared in my memory of walking past this box and being like, yeah, I don't know about that. And that feeling continued until just the other day, when I watched the movie. Great movie. I will say, I do understand, like, there are two in particular issues I have with this movie. One is the soundtrack is really cheap and low quality. And it kind of whips you out of it a little bit. It doesn't match the quality of, in particular, the practical effects. Like, the practical effects are shockingly 10 out of 10. I mean, this is one of the best. Yeah. One of the best 80s practical effects movies I've ever seen.
Right. Yeah, I'd put it on par with, like, The Thing and Hellraiser.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's just they figured it, while it may not have had the budget of those movies, which I think is the problem with my problem with the Blob. They made do. They worked with that, and they figured out these shortcuts that were surprisingly effective and horrifying to look at, but in such a quick little jolt that you didn't get a chance to linger on the potential problems, or maybe I don't know what, but the practical effects are bar none the best I've ever seen. But the soundtrack is a little problematic for me, and the acting is also just very B movie. Kind of takes me out of it occasionally and makes me go, oh yeah, this is right next to, like, Pumpkinhead in terms of some of the acting, which is not a ding against Pumpkinhead. But it does tell you about where the acting's at, because you look at the acting and, like you mentioned, Tremors, and it's obviously better than the Blob.
Yeah.
And so
I think there's more stuff to go off of in Tremors. Tremors is very much more character based, and this is just kind of very tropey, very, like, cliche characters, cookie cutter. But for me, it's like, yeah, it's not great acting, but it's also not embarrassing, No,
definitely. I mean, that being said, this is me just, like, being kind of nitpicky. I would say this sits at, like, a really strong 8 or maybe a light 9. Like, this is a tent pole 80s practical effects monster. Like, this is a monster of a practical effects movie. Some of the and the campy fun stuff. Oh my God. Yeah. Like the date rape mobile that one guy had. Obviously, I was there for it.
I will suck your fucking dick. I will do it. Just join my team.
Just join my team. Yeah, no, it was very funny. And and obviously he got what was coming to him.
Right. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like, everyone, it kind of plays with your expectations, because for a pretty generic monster movie, it doesn't pull any punches with who it kills. But also everyone that deserves it is killed. Like, no one that you don't like survives, really, in this movie. And some people that you do like don't survive. So, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. It's a hard hitting enough to make sure to keep your kids away from it,
Yeah. All right. So let's get back to the important stuff. Mid-rolls. If you're listening to commercials like this one, you shouldn't run away. Oh, no. You shouldn't run away. Stay and I don't know. So, or run straight to our Patreon and join at a tier where you can get early access without ads, like this one. Also, you can check out our resident artist, Dustin Goebel. He's a professional artist who fucks hard. He also takes commissions for artworks from HMT fans. Oh, sorry. He's a professional artist who fucks hard.
Yeah.
And you can find him on Instagram at dgoebel00. That's at DGOEBEL00. He's also got a project going on right now that you need to support called Forain. That's at FORAEIN. And it's a medieval sci-fi graphic novel that's really cool. I think he's got chapter 2 almost done. Did you get a copy of Forain? Did Dustin send you? I bet you would like it if you have.
No, I have not, but yeah, I've been following it on his socials, and it's very high quality.
Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite part was the tits. The son of a child. All right, let's move on and listen to another ad, and then we'll move on to the rest of the episode. Call 682-253-4468 if you want to leave us a voicemail. Thanks again, and let's get into spoilers. Alrighty. David.
Yeah.
I missed you.
I missed you too. That was kind of what spawned this whole thing. Was you were like, boy, man, I miss the old days. And I was like, boy, man, I miss the old days too, you know? And I got some time. And then you were like, yeah. And you started looking at me with those eyes, and I was like,
Can I see one today? Oh, girl, just give me one today. I just want to see one of your
titties, girl.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go into detail, but there's been some drama with Max and Sydney, and I'm just tired of dealing with those children. And I needed a break, and just wanted an old school episode of Horror Movie Talk with my friend David.
You know, I mean, here's the thing. I got more time.
It's true.
Know? So it's like,
once you get one of those gold teeth, like your calendar is cleared. Like you're ready for doing whatever.
Let me tell you, people look at you a lot different. There's a lot of double takes. Enough to, and it's my whole thing. You know,
I think once you get a gold tooth, it becomes your whole thing, like by default, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you can go to extreme lengths to try and grab people's attention and interest, you know, with your body. You know, you can body mod yourself into a fucking alligator these days, you know? But I find it's just much more simple to just replace one tooth with gold.
Right.
And then that's my personality. So
what is more expensive, a full neck tattoo or one gold tooth?
Oh, the neck tattoo for sure.
And the impact is so much higher. I mean, neck tattoo, like my 10-year-old daughter has a neck tattoo at this point. Like it's just so normalized.
I know. You see people working with face tattoos. They work jobs and they got like, you know,
and frankly, they shouldn't, right? I mean, people with tattoos shouldn't be allowed to be in public.
Anybody who modifies their body even a little bit should probably be sent to a concentration camp.
Well, not that, but at least work on the docks, you know?
The docks.
They need to be dock laborers or ship people.
Yeah, right.
or be prostitutes that service the dock people and ship
this is
people.
what I'm saying. It's not like, listen, this is a capitalist country. There are openings everywhere, and I do mean openings.
All right, let's talk about this movie. So it starts out in space.
As
zooms
all
in.
good 80s horror movies do.
Yeah, so let's go over quickly. What is the deal? What's the deal with meteor-themed movies in the 80s?
Critters,
The Thing, obviously.
Yeah.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Creepshow has, Jody Verrill.
Oh, is Night of the...
Now, Jody Verrill, you
lunkhead.
And Blockbuster is E.T., Predator.
Yeah.
Starts in space. And then The Night of the Living Dead is strangely almost the same plot as this movie.
Is it?
Because apparently in Night of the Living Dead, they don't make it like super obvious, but the plot of the zombie outbreak is that a satellite crashes on Earth and there's some virus that spreads that brings the dead back to life.
Oh.
Just not a widely known fact, but that is the explanation. I guess that wasn't created in the 80s, but I mean, there's something about the 80s that people were just really loving the idea of a magical object from space comes.
It's a story as old as time. I mean,
but it's weird. I can't think of the last 20 years that there's been a significant popular meteor / spaceship / alien movie.
Remember Meteor Man? Do that with Max.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man.
Remember Meteor Man? Who was in that?
It wasn't Damon Wayans. It was the eldest Wayne's brother.
Oh, dude, I am tripping. Robert Townsend. It's got Don Cheadle.
Yeah,
and Eddie Griffin, close. Dude. It's got James Earl
Meteor
Jones.
Man. What was the one I'm thinking of? Wasn't there like a Wayne's brother movie that was like a superhero?
Yeah. White Chicks? Are you sure you weren't thinking of White Chicks?
Oh, I'm probably thinking of Blank Man. Okay.
Dude.
That makes more sense.
Blank Man. Yeah.
With Damon Wayans. Yeah.
Dude, Meteor Man. Here, just bear with me here. This is the lineup for Meteor Man. We got Robert Townsend, Don Cheadle, James Earl Jones, Eddie Griffin. We got Bill Cosby and Luther Vandross.
Was Bill Cosby the villain in it?
He was Marvin, a mute something.
Vagrant.
Oh, okay. Oh, and Sinbad. Shit.
And Luther Vandross.
And Big Daddy Kane.
Damn.
Dang, N-word.
All right, this is interesting. Let's pick who is the biggest criminal out of this bunch.
The biggest criminal?
Yeah, because we got Bill Cosby and Big Daddy Kane. Isn't he a pimp?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
technically illegal.
Sure. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Biz Markie was in it. He's dead now. Rip in peace. Sad. I love Biz Markie. No, definitely, Bill Cosby. The cause.
Yeah, I guess it would be Bill Cosby. Anywho, so yeah, I mean, this is one of the many of a spate of alien or meteor themed horror movies of the day. It starts out in space. We don't see the meteor crash in the opening sequence. That comes later when the cleanliness challenged unhoused person witnesses it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the opening sequence, the title sequence shows this abandoned town, and it's a great fake out. It just looks like it's showing you a ghost town, and then it reveals like, oh, the entire town is just at the football game because that's the only thing to do. But it also does a great job of showing, not telling, by showing that it's a snow town. There's no snow, and so that's why it's so sleepy. They rely on tourists, and it seems like it's been kind of a recession for them. And so they're anxiously awaiting snow, which comes up later in the plot. Obviously, Darabont and Russell are huge fans of Hitchcock, because that's not the first, kind of Hitchcockian thing of, like, if you've seen Rear Window, like, the opening title sequence just shows you so much about the life and of the main character, to where, like, you can just dispose of a ton of expositional dialogue, which is nice, Yeah. And also they're very influenced by Stephen King, because there's a lot of Stephen King references in this.
Like what?
Well, the main character that's played by not Tim Dillon, Kevin Dillon. It'd be wild if Tim Dillon was playing it, but Kevin Dillon's character is named Brian Flagg, and Randall Flagg is a character from The Stand. And just the fact that The Stand is kind of a government virus project gone wrong, and it turns out that the blob is actually a government virus project gone wrong. There's that. The other Hitchcock thing that they homage to or ripped off whole cloth is killing the protagonist in the first third of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The first person you see really on camera is the football player, played by Donovan Leitch Jr. Paul, and he's this running back, a successful football player, and he's like going to take out the cheerleader. Just your stereotypical, this is your good guy protagonist, and he's the second person to get killed in the movie.
Yeah, and I mean, it is extremely effective in the movie itself. It's like, wait, it very much gives you that a seasoned movie vet, cinephile person still goes, oh, is the movie done? Like, we're 25 minutes in. Are we done now? Is this done?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does a really good job of communicating, like, oh, if this guy can die, anyone can die. Like, there's no, at any point, Kevin Dillon or the female protagonist,
the female
Shawnee Smith playing Meg. So, like, either Meg or Brian at any time could get consumed by this thing, and they come very close. So it's highly effective in my view. So yeah, we're introduced to Paul and Meg, and also to Kevin Dillon, his character. What's his character again? I already lost it. Brian. I should remember that. It's my name. Brian is this generic biker, who looks almost exactly like Ethan Hawke for some reason, and less like Matt
I was
Dillon.
like, is this a young Ethan Hawke? But then I was like, he'd be too young, way too young.
Yeah, and we're introduced to him. He's like a, kind of a thrill seeker. He attempts to jump over the gully or whatever on this broken down bridge, and then just lays down his bike.
He's a misunderstood bad boy.
Yeah.
Just like me, baby.
He's got a heart of gold,
Yeah. And a tooth of gold. Yeah.
And then we're just like have these series of setups in the first act that are just great. So we've got Paul and his friend going to the pharmacy and picking up Paul's friend is like the creep, and they just go to the pharmacy to pick up some condoms. And
this is a great scene.
Yeah.
A great scene.
And already it's like set up great, because as the friend is picking up the condoms, the reverend starts talking to him about like, hey, I haven't seen you at church for a while. Like, how's it going? And then the pharmacist shows up and he's like, Normal or ribbed?
And it's like, it's for my buddy over there.
Yeah.
But which is great for several reasons, right? Because number one, he's saving his ass from the Reverend, but also his buddy over there happens to be our, actual protagonist at the start, Donovan Leach, played by Paul Taylor.
No, other way around.
Paul Taylor, played by Donovan Leach. And he's like, the condom's for Donovan over there. And so the pharmacist is like, noted. Turns out the pharmacist is the dad of the girl Donovan's taking out that night.
Paul.
So when he's what?
The character's name is Paul.
So, when he sees that, he's like, oh, ribbed. And when he sees this guy come to pick up his daughter, he's like, oh, you're the fucking ribbed condom guy, huh? Dude, I'd be so upset.
It was great because it's just great. So
no,
not
you're
only
not
does
going
his friend,
out. I cannot believe he let them go out.
Right. Well, not only does like the friend set it up as like, oh, it's for my friend. He's like getting these condoms so he can fuck. But he also like lays it on. And he's like, I'm getting him for him because like I'm encouraging him to be more careful because he's super irresponsible. He wouldn't even use them unless I was like the good, influence on him. And then the pharmacist is like, what a fucking degenerate. He needs to be put down like a dog. And then later when he's introduced to his date's father, the paper, comes down comically and it's the pharmacist. There's so many ways you can go with this setup of like really like milking it and being like having a whole scene and have it be integral to the plot that like, no, you're not going to date my daughter and all this stuff. Instead, they go for just pure, just refined, distilled humor of the father just says, ribbed.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, Bryce, if some fucking bitch ass boy showed up to your doorstep wanting to date your daughter and this happened, that what would occur? What would be your response?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's an awkward position to put in because, they got plans.
Yeah, they got real plans, dude.
Yeah, they've got plans to fuck.
Yeah, upsetting plans. I mean, at least he does. Your daughter's just sitting there like, I'm going to get to go on a date.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in that circumstance, I might be like, oh, actually, honey, something just came up. Grandma's in the hospital. We got to go. And then Penny would panic and then I'd have to reveal like, actually, that guy's a creep. I don't want you going out with him.
Yeah, I think I would just directly confront the entire thing and blow it. Like, I'd be like, so you were buying condoms. Was that from this girl, my daughter? Is that what you were going to do? Are the condoms for you and me? You better hope they are. Like, I think I would just like, I'd be unable to withhold the truth of the situation. Just be like, oh,
it's true. Yeah. Fair enough. That's probably be the better way to approach it, to be honest. Because then you get the added benefit of just making them very, very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. So the entrance of this meteor, we see it through the eyes of the shower disinclined vagrant or traveler.
He's not a traveler. He's got his own home. he's just a clutter junkie. We'll call him a clutter junkie. He's out there collecting rims and
he's the can man.
Can man.
They call him the can man. Actually, this is another reference to the Stand because the can man, there's a trash can man in the Stand.
Is that a thing still? Do people still collect cans?
Yeah. I mean, every week there's a car that comes around my neighborhood with, I mean, impressively filled, packed cars with like giant garbage cans full of cans come through our neighborhood.
Why they come? What do you mean they come through your neighborhood?
They every week when you put out recycling, they'll just go through your recycling, take all the cans, and
a car will park itself outside of your house
or in the neighborhood somewhere,
rifle through your recycling bins, pulling out cans.
Yeah.
Will they leave a mess?
No.
And I mean,
no, it's not like, I don't even think it's like the homeless people. These people have cars. It's literally just like,
these are just individuals.
Yeah, just individuals that gather up all the cans and then they drive them over to Portland where they can get, money in return.
Okay. Can you, how is this lucrative? Like how much tetanus do you get doing that? A lot.
I mean, it works somehow.
I must. It's just like, why is this the job? Like what? Like you could
I think it's like, if you think of a house that drinks a lot of cans, you got a house that like buys those pallets of like sparkling water from Costco and they just chug them all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like it must just be a jackpot to those people. It's like, oh, this is a 100-gallon trash can that is half full of pristine, like don't even have to wash them cans.
There's an element of the thing that I admire the ingenuity. And then there's another element where I'm like, are they like, why? Like, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, great. This is the first steps to any business, right? Is like, you gotta start somewhere, and with your car is the first place you start. But like, when are you going to graduate to just like getting a recycling service? Like just buy a fucking used, trash compactor, trash truck and just fucking do that. Like then be a competition and be like, hey, I'll pick up all your cans.
This is like a really interesting like case of like, how much are you bothered by innocuous things? Like,
oh, tremendously.
Like someone coming by and taking your trash. What is it about that you're like, ugh, I don't like that. No, not on my watch. That's my trash.
Well,
that's going to be picked up in an hour anyways.
Right. No, exactly. Like I don't mind that they're going through something that I'm going to get rid of anyway. I just have questions.
Right.
There's
people that are like truly bothered. Like, on the list of like things that bother people for almost zero reason, that's like at the top is people going through trash. As long as they don't throw the trash willy-nilly all around to do it, which some of them do. I'm fine with it. Like, good for you. The other one is like kids walking through your grass. Like, who cares? Like, do you actually care about your grass that much?
No. Some people do.
People irrationally angry at any biker on the road.
Oh, dude, I get that. Dude, fuck bikers, dude. Eat them. Dude, I had a post a couple weeks ago, like, and this is truly my stance on people who ride bikes on the roads, which is, if you're riding a bike and you come to a stop sign and you don't stop, I know every single thing I need to know about you as a person. I know. Now I just know. Because it's always a boomer, number one. Always. And if it's not a boomer, it's somebody who is very boomer-like. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just deeply entitled. It's like, my momentum is very important. I will disobey traffic laws and put people in danger. And it's like, dude, I've fucking almost hit so many, you dickheads. Or like, you don't gotta wait your fucking turn? That's what a four-way stop is. It's everybody waits their turn. And if a car were to do that, everybody be fucking out of their mind. But if it's a slow-ass motherfucking bitch-ass biker oh, we all got to be like, well, he had some momentum and he was going uphill. It's like, shut the fuck up. You want to ride a bike? Then ride it.
I do think that bikers should obey traffic laws if they're going to ride on the road. However,
I hope the blob eats them.
I don't always stop for a full 2 Mississippi at a stop sign if I'm driving.
Do you come to a complete stop?
Not always.
Do you do the California roll?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, ew. Ugh.
Buddy, I'm so entitled that if it's a 4-way stop on a place that in my childhood was not a 4-way stop, and I know like
this is relatively certain, not a stop.
relatively certain that this does not have enough traffic to warrant a 4-way stop, I'll blow right through that motherfucker. Like
I hate you. I hate you. Ooh.
This is all like this is where Bryce gets anti-society is if I'm sitting at a stoplight at 1:30 a.m. in the morning,
that's
and
part of the
there's zero traffic.
Yeah, no, that's okay though. You are allowed to treat a red light as a stop sign in that situation. That's part of the rules.
I mean, is it?
At least in Washington State, it is. Yeah,
I'd have to find the citation for that, but I guarantee you, if there was a cop around the corner, they would pull me over for that if I ran a stoplight.
It's definitely a reasonable suspicion sort of scenario.
You know, if you are the person that stops and gives a full 2 Mississippi every single stop sign, no matter what the visibility or whatever, then fine. Yes, you can have like as much ire towards bikes people as possible,
and I do.
If you're prone to do a California stop, the California stop is so much quicker than the equivalent like biker blowing through, because biker has like a full visibility of what's going on. Like it's way easier to tell whether it's safe on a bike than it is on a car.
Don't care. It's the rules. Follow.
But anyways, this is all to say like there are cars that are irrationally angry at bikers. Just the fact that they exist and they're on the road. They're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy. Those fucking tights. I want to
that's
literally I want to drive over that person for no reason.
Right.
Like that's the same type of people that are angry at people going through cans. Like,
yeah.
Just do you not have your own business to attend to? Like,
yeah. No, it's just have questions. I just have questions. I'm just interested because it's such a strange deviation from regular life.
Yeah, that's what's like so disturbing about suburbia is any distinction between just regular course of life things that like really disturbs a lot of white bread suburban people.
Yeah.
Not on my watch. That's like the whole phenomenon of Karens. Anyways, so Hobo finds meteor. The meteor that size, it's about like a meter wide. I'm pretty sure that would obliterate the entire area if a meteor that size actually fell to Earth.
I don't know. I don't think so. You think?
I mean, I was thinking it would blow up the entire town. I mean, it's
at that
huge.
point, if it hits the ground, it's no longer a meteor. It's called a meteorite. Actually, this is interesting.
Because like to have it that large, like a meter wide. Yeah. Okay. So I actually looked it up. If you had like a meter wide object fall into like rocky ground, it said it would have like the impact of 0.5 to 1 kilotons of energy. Which would blow up everything for like about a mile around it. Wouldn't blow up the whole town. It's not a nuclear bomb, but it would create a huge crater. And the hobo just watched it gently fall into the trees for some reason.
Which is comparable to some small nuclear devices.
Yeah.
That is what?
Yeah, it's incredibly powerful to have an object that big fall all the way to Earth. Like when you when you hear about like meteorites falling to Earth, like, and the devastation that they do, like punch through an entire house, they're like that big, you know?
Okay, but okay, this is so crazy because like people go to space and then they come back, you know? So like, okay, yeah. And they come back in the water, but shouldn't they just be like mud, like bloody sort of mud if the impact is so fucking insane?
Well, that
like,
tells you the amount of energy that they have to expend to stop that from happening. They're going like thousands of miles per hour while they're orbiting Earth. And then they have to like slow. I mean, almost all of the science around returning people to Earth is about like slowing down the descent to
I guess
not completely burn them up.
Yeah, I guess they have parachutes, don't they?
Yeah, they have parachutes, but mostly it's using the friction of the air to slow it down enough to where they're not going to become a muddy puddle, but also to where they'll not burn up instantly.
Use the friction of my hog, you know?
Yeah.
My dick friction. Okay, so yeah, when this thing hits the Earth and that dirty old hobo walks over there and he's like, hey, I thought I told you. And they're like, yeah, whatever. This thing's like an egg and it's cracked open a little bit and it's got this, what would you call it? It's like goopy. It's like pink goop inside.
It's not even pink. It's like clear at this point.
Oh, okay.
It looks like just like, you know, like uncolored slime. You know, when your kids make like slime out of Elmer's glue and borax.
Dude, they have these slime kits now. They are professional. These kids are they're making like Versace slime.
Yeah.
It's definitely wet.
Oh yeah. Oh, do it again.
It's definitely wet.
Why does it look wet? I don't like that it looks wet inside.
It's definitely wet. It's
wow.
That's
really weird kind of flashlight.
Are you dead naming right now? So then he he decides to do what any red-blooded American would do. He pokes it with a stick. And when he does, he gets a little bit of the goop on the stick. And this is the first time you're treated to the Blob experience, the Blob 1988 experience, which is shockingly fast movement. That's very alarming, and you just don't expect from Blob. It's this goop, just baseball-sized amount of goop that's on this stick, and then it just rockets up the stick really quickly to him and causes him lots of causes him so much pain, and he's sitting there like, oh, I'm dying. And then help me. And later on in the movie, like there's a good 5 minutes between the part where it attacks his hand and then, the kids sitting in the woods making out.
Mm-hmm.
And now the kids are sitting in the woods making out and you're like, yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are ribbed. And then this dude just literally just jumps out of the woods. Mm-hmm. shows him his hand. He's like, ah! And then he chops his hand with a hatchet. And you're like, oh my God, like it's such a boner killer.
Well, we're skipping around a little because
I'm skipping around, but I'm trying to cohese these two moments together because you get like this weird juxtaposition that's just shocking of like, we're in the woods now. And then we're thinking about each other a lot. Mm-hmm. And then this dude jumps out and he's like, ah! And he drops his hand and then he runs away into the woods just like, ah!
Yeah.
And they go running after him. And I cannot think of a situation where I would go running after the guy who just chopped his goopy hand with an axe.
Yeah, I think you're conflating a couple different scenes, but because it's Kevin Dillon that he comes up on, the motorcycle guy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when he chops his hand. But I love the setup for that because before that's when the date couple were leaving the house and the brother of the girl was like talking about going to see the slasher movie, and he's like talking about just the most generic slasher tropes of like, oh yeah, it's just a evil guy in the woods like chopping up people, chopping up innocent teenagers. And then it goes to Kevin Dillon, and he's like fixing his bike, and then all of a sudden a hobo with the axe, you know, burnished. What do you? Is that the right word? Burnished?
Burnishing?
Barnished?
Burnishing?
Brandished. With an axe, brandishing an axe. And then he instead of chopping, he burnished it.
Burnish? I was like, sure.
Yeah,
I was sure you were right. I was like, yeah, it's burnish.
Yeah, he brandishes this axe, threatening Kevin Dillon, and then instead of chopping him, he tries to chop off his own hand, which immediately the goo covers up and eats up. And then the hobo runs away, and Kevin Dillon chases after him, and then the hobo goes into the road where the couple are driving, and they almost hit him, and that's where they all congregate together.
Right.
Kevin Dillon, the couple, hobo. And that's when they take him to the hospital
to make a new throuple.
Yeah. I love the like explanation of a generic slasher with the payoff of the hobo. And then later there's another fake out of, we see the scene of someone using a hedge trimmer menacingly towards like these new teenagers that are like making out in a car, and you're like, oh, who are these people?
Yeah.
And then it's revealed that it's what they're watching at the movie theater.
It's such a great like almost fourth wall moment where it's like, oh wait, we're watching other people watch a movie
right
now.
Which also has probably one of my favorite lines of the movie. Of the movie in the movie has a line that's great. Because it's the guy with a hedge trimmer, which already is not like a super effective killing tool, but it's a Jason ripoff. He's got a hockey mask on.
It's a hyper effective maiming tool.
Yeah. And so the guy's got a hockey mask on, you know, like Jason, and the line that the guy gives in the car is like, hockey season ended months ago.
That's right.
What's he doing with that? Hockey season ended months ago, which is astounding that hasn't been said in a Friday the 13th movie at this point. I don't know. I haven't seen any of them, so I wouldn't know if it has been said or not. So
I've seen all of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it worth
all
it?
All of them. Except for the new one, the 2011 one. No. Oh, yeah. Absolutely worth it. Yeah. Hard. In fact, of the big series, the most worth it. Friday the 13th, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting back to the timeline. So they take the hobo to the hospital, and then it goes really quick. Like the hobo gets consumed, the football player gets consumed, and then it just starts ravishing the town. I guess the next victim would be the friend that's just a full-on date rapist.
This is maybe the best part of the movie.
This is a great 80s scene.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's like, come on, baby, you're wearing my ring. And he's got like his, you know, class ring on a chain that she's wearing. And then he goes back into the rear of the car to like make his.
Then she literally passes out. I mean, she's out, cold. And he's like, well, it's time to do my thing. You know, in the most despicable move you could just full date rapist.
Right.
Like, has accepted his role as a date rapist in the world, is just like, this is what I do.
And about as cartoony as you can make it, of like, he looks at like her, you know, the chest, and he's just like, oh, baby.
But then he walks back to the back of his car. He opens the trunk, and the trunk is like a Pimped My Ride version of
it's like he went to Pimp My Ride, and he's like, you're into date raping. And we put a rape kit inside your car.
It's the back of the trunk of his car is just a cocktail, just fucking setup. where he's got high C, which I mean, every nostalgic feeling when I saw that can of high C, I was like, oh, my nostalgias.
Do they not have high C anymore?
I don't know, but you know how it comes in like a soup can? It's like a can that you like clunk the top open. That was so specific. And then yeah, he's got like a whole little cigar box full of his class ring on necklaces that he can give girls, and he's got all the garnishments, and it's like and he's got, you know, Banaka spray. Banaka, remember Banaka? Remember?
Hold on. Before we move on, that is literally like a pirate's treasure trove worth of jewelry. Do you remember how expensive those fucking class rings were?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just figured he probably like got fake ones or something like that.
Yeah, they must be like the bamboo company or like the ABC company.
Jostens.
Yeah.
Not the Jostens rings.
Yeah, not Jostens.
Right. No, but it was just such a, he's got like a Banaka, like this dude was into EDC before anybody else. Like he had all the perfect little, you know what I mean? The perfect little slips and holsters, and like the exact for his Banaka spray and his lip balm, and you know, all the things that he would require to make an enjoyable date rape experience for both him and the receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
And then he, you know, tries to date rape her, and then, you know, he ends up date raping the blob.
But
you know?
that scene where her face implodes,
yeah,
is so fucking crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, every effect where you see the person getting consumed is highly effective. Like,
yeah,
the imploding face, the football player is like haunting. Like when you see him trying to like break out of it, and it's just
that's the shot. That is the shot in the blob.
And then the other one is the phone booth scene where like you see the digested cop, you know, his face pushed through on the window, and then just implodes on her.
And his eyes go, you know, while he's in the blob, you can see his eyes move, and you're like, oh, there's part of him that's still in there. Ugh.
Yeah. All right. I got to take a moment, you know, because, yeah, I mean, we talk about how out of touch 80s movies are with the date rape. You know, we got a lot more talk about consent nowadays. But you know what we don't talk about is how much wives force their husbands to do things they don't want to do. Like, where's the consent for husbands?
Amen, brother. Like what? Like, what are you thinking about?
Like, you know, every time where it's like, hey, today in an hour, I want to take the kids to the pumpkin patch. You're just like, ugh.
We'll have fun.
It's like, and then just all the pressure, the political, you know, wheeling and dealing of interpersonal politics. You're like, oh, you're not going to do this for your family? Like, that's the same amount of pressure that a teenage boy would do to, you know, like, come on, baby, I got you my class ring. Like, it's like the same kind of like trying to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible to do the thing you don't want to do.
Ooh, you're not going to like my take on this one.
Okay, let's hear it.
That's precisely what men need. I mean, it's literally the antidote. It's why you should be married.
Right.
And it's why men need women more than women need men. Although I will say, listen, there is nothing as disturbing as a lifelong single woman. I will say that. With, let me just say, a lot of knowledge of that under my belt. There's a thing that happens that's just, it's just so fucking weird. It is to me anyway. Like, it's just like this acceptance of nature creeping inside your house. It's just like,
you'll have to explain yourself. This is a wild statement to make.
It's not I mean, it's not.
Give
if you do service,
anecdote.
if you do service work, yeah. I mean, so just like generically speaking, there's a thing that happens to single women, where they just kind of let their frequently, not all, obviously. And listen, this show's about jokes, so just fucking you don't know if I'm joking or not. I'm not, but I am. But anyway, they just neglect their domicile to a degree that we'll say,
you're
like,
thinking about that woman whose house is almost going to fall to the ground because of the water damage.
Her and so many others. I mean, so many others. It's just a normal. It's a stereotype for a reason, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And I mean, you know, I've seen ivy growing in through open windows. Do you know what I mean? Like, think about what it would take, how long it would take for plants to make their way into your house from outside, and for you to just be like, eh. Now, that being said, the alternative, much worse. A man who's alone, it's infinitely worse.
Right. I was going to say,
it's not okay.
There's single guys that live in dilapidated circumstances pretty frequently as well.
Yes, but it's not as disturbing to see, because you're like, yeah, you're a savage anyway. And that's why men need women so much more than women need men.
I mean, aren't we all
not to
savages?
say that both don't need each other. They do.
Yeah, I think we're all savages, but this is what I'll say. Like, I have never and will never consent to putting up Christmas lights. However, every year I'm found helping my wife put up Christmas lights. And I think that's like marriage rape.
Irreconcilable.
That's equivalent.
Here's the move. I too was like you and was like, fucking Christmas lights. And then I saw somebody's house where they had draped. They had like, what do you call it? You know, where it's like, I can't.
No, we get it. We get it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, so somebody had like draped with like loops, like excess lights, so that it was like, and I thought, oh, that's a move. And so I went out and I spent like $200 or $300 on like way too many Christmas lights, way too many Christmas lights. And then I doubled them back on each other a bunch. I like doubled the length of my house and then I doubled the length of lights, so that you got like a thick, girthy strand. And then I took a bunch of carabiners and then I put a bunch of eye hooks in, like, permanently into the rafters of the outside of my house. So now these carabiners just clip onto these fucking eye hooks, and it within 15 minutes, a half hour, bing, bang, boom, you have the most spectacular, because there's so many extra lights. It's not just one little wimpy strand. It's like fucking, it's like 300-foot long strands doubled back on itself. So it's essentially like 6 strands of light. So you've got these big ropey, it looks great. It takes no time to put up at all. And it's ready every year. And you just hook it and unhook it. And then you just literally just fucking throw it in a bin. And then
I don't believe that it takes no time to put up.
It takes 15 minutes to a half hour.
I don't understand how that works.
Because they're already on carabiners. The carabiners are set in place. You just clip the carabiners onto the eye hooks. The eye hooks are already automatically spaced. They stay there all year round.
But doesn't it get all messed up when you put it in the bin? Doesn't it all get jumbled?
No, because there's such big cords of it that it's great. You know, and when you have that, you only need like 2 or 3 of these strands, because it's so bright it lights up the fucking cul-de-sac, dude.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
So, well, it sounds gay as fuck.
Why are you gay?
Well, no. Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
You are gay.
You are gay. So then it goes to the scene in the diner.
Man, remember smoky diners?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when
there's
you could
still one in Vancouver, Joe Brown's Cafe.
Oh yeah, Joe Brown's for sure. But it's not smoky. You can't smoke in there.
No, it's not smoky. But I never liked the smoke. I never smoked, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you remember that? You remember when it was smoking?
Well, I remember smoking sections.
Smoking sections and non-smoking sections?
Like, yeah, that makes a difference. Like,
yeah.
10 feet away. Like, we'll never notice that they're smoking over there. Yeah, so they go and there's a block drain. What, do I have it? Oh, fuck, where is it?
Oh, no, do you have it?
They're trying to unblock the drain.
Block drain.
It's thick. And then it attacks the dishwasher guy.
Could really.
Anyways, and then it starts like just overtaking the town. There's a lot more scenes, in the sewer and throughout. And then it's revealed that this whole thing was orchestrated by the government. Like they sent in to space some virus, like some super virus that they're going to use on the Russians. And it was a rousing success when it comes back to Earth. Like, oh yeah, imagine how we could put this on the Russians and win the Cold War. And then they're saying that they're going to kill Kevin Dillon and the girl because they found out about it. And then it's like full on, town attack of this giant blob. And even with all this, there's little tiny vignettes throughout that are just really impressive. Like, I love when, this is really easy to miss, the guy with like the jacket full of grenades, he like pulls the grenades and like sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
And then there's like 2 shots later, you see in the blob just 2 little flashes of lights go.
Yeah.
And it just does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
To the blob.
I will say that the what do you call it? The exterior, the way the blob, the facade maybe, or the texture. That's the word. The texture of the blob is so tremendously effective. I don't know. It's not Alien, Alien from 1979, Ridley Scott. It's not alien goop. It's not real viscous and thin. It's got a real fat consistency to it. Like it almost looks like cellulose in like a surgery video. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I got good news for you. It's the goo is made out of methylcellulose, which is a thickening ingredient used in milkshakes that is both unbelievably slippery and gooey.
Oh.
And so they covered like all the surfaces of this blob in this like just goo, like methylcellulose. It's like people use it as like what's it called? Laxative. It's like in Metamucil or similar stuff. I don't think Metamucil has it, but like methylcellulose is just basically wood cellulose that gets really gooey. But yeah, I mean, all of the shots, it's really impressive. They have, because, if you were tasked with like, okay, make a sentient blob and make it look convincing, you'd be like, okay, well, I guess you do what the 50s one did, which is like, well, you make just a blob of goo and you try to like film it in interesting ways and put it in reverse and make it like flow down, interesting ways. And the way they did a lot of the shots in this was through puppetry. So they had like this quilt, this like kind of like sheet that was multi-layered, and then they just cover it with this methylcellulose, this goo, and they'd have like little pockets where the puppeteers could reach through and reach out or move the blob around. And it must have been like 200 pounds or something. But in the number of shots and like how quickly they show it, it looks super effective. Like you would never suspect that it's like, oh, that's just a people under a big blanket covered in goo. It looks like
so cool.
Yeah.
It's super effective, and it is truly alarming. Like it makes you go, oh shit. I don't want that. I don't want it near me. I don't want to get in near it. It's all those kinds of interesting feelings that you're kind of looking for in a movie. And you wouldn't think it would come from a movie called The Blob. You know, you just kind of go, oh, this is dumb, you know, but it's not. It is hyper effective. It's great. Speaking of hyper effective, dude, the beard. I mean, I knew you had it in you. It's so
I'm
epic.
due for a trim, but yeah, it's looking pretty. It's pretty good.
So epic. It's a really good looking beard.
Thank you.
I
have to compensate for my. Let me go to the notes. Terrible bland personality. You know.
Yeah, you do. Give us something to look at least.
Anyways, and it ends with a pretty good, satisfying ending where it's like, oh, this is all wraps up. Like it's afraid of the cold. We have a snowmaker. Meg turns out to be a badass, like shooting up and is kind of the hero of the movie in the end.
Yeah.
And saves the town from the blob.
How? By
blowing up the snowmaker and making it snow on the blob, and this blob turns to crystals.
I will say I was disappointed that because at the start there's an insinuation that the blob doesn't like the cold because they went to hide in a freezer in the cafe or the, what do you call it? The diner. And it was like, ooh, and it raced away and it didn't like that. And so I was like, oh, this is an old ski town that's been needing a heavy snow for a long time. I thought this is such a War of the Worlds moment that they could do with this. The ski town will get a big snow. And then they bring a snowmaker in and blow the snowmaker up because they needed a big explosion or something. And I was like, this could have just been Signs or the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
And they tried to make it cool, quote unquote, but I think snow would have been cooler. I
think they could have done both. They could have done like the snow machine and then either have it like crap out, like they almost did, or have it blow up and then have it start snowing. Just
there you go.
Well, fuck, this would have been solved anyways.
There you go.
But yeah, it was good. It was a satisfying ending, which is the most you can really ask for a monster movie. So final recommendations. Who would like this movie, David?
Oh man. I mean, listen, if you don't get jokes and if you're offended by jokes, then
if you're offended by date rape, then maybe steer clear.
Probably not your kind of movie, just by virtue of the fact that, I mean, you're just not hard enough. But if you're hard enough, I think this movie is a very enjoyable. I mean, it's so, dude, also, we just kind of glanced over the fact that this movie has respect for you as a viewer. It doesn't, but in mostly it respects your time. This is what happened in fucking 90-minute movies, man. We can't get out of the, they all try and sneak even just an extra 10 minutes in there. And it's like, dude, 90 minutes. That's what it is. We all agreed to this. This fucking 2.5, 3 hour long movie, it's uncalled for. I mean, except for extenuating circumstances where you got Dune or Lord of the Rings or, Harry Potter occasionally, we can be forgiven because the books are so good, they need to be done good justice. But Bob, come on, keep it 90 minutes. And they do.
Yeah. No, it's a great, tight movie. I think if you love practical effects of the 80s, if you like The Thing, if you like body horror, and you just like having a good time with the monster movie.
Yeah.
Like I can't this is like a pinnacle monster movie. Like this is
Yeah.
up there with Tremors and The Thing in my mind. So, yeah, it should have much more respect than it has. And I think the reason why it doesn't is that it just kind of failed at the box office. Like it didn't have a giant budget. And I think probably the real reason why it failed and doesn't get the respect it deserves is that the studio, while they were filming, went bankrupt and then was bought by TriStars. And so I don't think it had the marketing budget that was necessary. The director said it was like a really tough summer. There wasn't really anything released that week. I looked in Wikipedia that was impressive, but that whole summer it had like Die Hard came out. Another Nightmare on Elm Street came out a week or two after.
Yeah, probably 4 or 5.
Some big names came out, but it wasn't on that week. I think it was probably just wasn't marketed well enough. So
this brings up actually another quick question I have. You know how every movie starts and it says like 2 production companies that you've literally never heard of?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like Bing Boom Productions in partnership with, you know, some other company you've never heard of, and then you never see or hear of them again. What is that? Are these just shell companies that are made? Do they exist under bigger shell companies? I should say that.
Well,
Why?
it's probably that they're. Yeah, if there's a lot of production companies, that's probably because there's a lot of little tiny production companies that are combining resources so they can make a movie that people actually see. All those little production companies are making shitty little movies that no one ever sees because they're like B movies. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, I think a lot of production companies are making, you know, straight to streaming or the equivalent of small indie dramas and stuff that the majority of people don't even know exist. And then if they get enough that like are working together, and sometimes it has to do with rights. Sometimes it has to do with like, oh, this small company owns the rights to it. And then the larger production company like works with them to be able to use the rights and that stuff. And then sometimes it's like the production company of the actor. Like with big movies, you'll see like, oh, you know, if you're an executive producer, sometimes it's just one person with their own company that is able to contribute or have like the executive producer credit. And that'll be on there. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably people that would be able to explain it better, but I just get the sense that there's just a lot of small, tiny companies that maybe not do a lot of significant theatrical releases, but if they work together and if it's like an indie studio, they're scrapping you know, scrappling together whatever resources they can.
Maybe they not do those.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I like. Okay, well, that's a good explanation.
All right. All right, so this is our bit. I don't know if it'll, you know, if it's going to work out or if it's going to offend people. You know, who knows if we'll keep it. But we had an opportunity to have a special guest because there's been reports of a gelatinous goo consuming mountain towns in the U.S. And here to answer questions, I think David will be asking most of the questions because I didn't prepare anything. Here to answer questions is the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Hello. Well, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Wow, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I really can't believe that you're here right now. This is.
I'm happy to be here and answer any questions you have.
Well, I'm just.
Let's cut down on the cameras. I can't hear myself.
Wow, I will say to the viewers, we really do have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here. If you are just listening, it would be a good idea to just jump onto the YouTube Horror Movie Talk YouTube, and to see Robert here. Robert, what are you doing with your skincare routine right now? You're looking fucking crazy.
Well, mostly I lie naked in the sun from the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
You lie naked in the sun?
I do, and I get my reports read to me by my inferiors.
And that's so weird, because I've heard of this thing where people they get their energy from the sun. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I am able to have my perineum exposed to the sun for a maximum benefit.
What is your perineum? What is that?
It's commonly referred to as the gooch. It's the space between your scrotum and your anus.
So you point your ass to the sky?
I'm not here to answer questions about my perineum. This sounds like fake news. I'm here to answer questions about gelatinous goo.
My apologies. What was that called? I know. Just one more question. What was it called? When you put your perineum in the sun?
Perineum. It's spelled P-E.
No. What is it called when you do that? What's the act of showing your anus to the sun? Do you know the word?
I can't quite remember. I think it's sun worship or some bullshit thing. You remind me. You look like a guy that spreads out his perineum to the solar rays.
I don't know either, but thank you for sharing. Do you suppose this act of showing your asshole to the sun helps against the goo?
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. I suppose not.
You know what? You know what makes it worse, though?
What?
Acetaminophen.
Yeah, I've heard. I'm proud to say that my family doesn't use any acetaminophen. But yeah, no. Actually, this is a good moment to have a PSA. What kind of? I mean, acetaminophen obviously causes autism, and I believe that entirely. What else should we be staying away from in order to, prevent the goo?
Well, to prevent the goo, you should avoid using all over-the-counter drugs, and just generally for your health. Ibuprofen has been shown to increase the spread of herpes and gelatinous goo. Wow. Aspirin causes AIDS. It's a little known fact. As also feeds the goo. A lot of over-the-counter drugs feed goo.
And
surprised you didn't know that.
And this goo, I'm assuming, was a liberal ploy.
Yes, it was part of the Biden auto-pen policies of approving all space experimentation in the what is the what's my department? I can't remember. Health and Human Services. Fuck.
What's my department? But isn't it true that the goo struck during the Reagan administration?
Those are fake news.
Oh, that's fake news?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't George Bush Sr. after Reagan?
Yes. Let's consult the history books, folks.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yes, George Bush Sr. was the vice president of Ronald Reagan.
Are we big Reagan fans in this household?
Of course. Me and Cheryl are huge Reagan fans.
All right. Is that your wife, Cheryl?
Yes.
Is
Cheryl Hines,
What's that?
who you can see on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, that's your wife? Is that the...
Yes.
Wow, dude, you're doing pretty good for yourself, I gotta say. Bravo.
Actually, excuse me, I feel like I have something in my throat. Oh, that's much better. I can't believe that I've been talking that long with that glob of gelatinous goo in my throat.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta eat some toast or something and that'll kind of knock it down, you know?
Well, it's my fault for eating the gelatinous goo in the first place.
You ate it.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It's, you know, I mean...
It came up to me while I was exposing my perineum, and, you know, who am I to refuse a gelatinous goo?
Does your wife expose her perineum? What's that called? Exposing perineum to sun. There we go. Pressing perineum to the sun. What's that called? What is it called? It's called perineum sunning. It's also known as butthole tanning. Robert, I gotta say, I am astonished we were able to get you on this show. Especially,
well, it's been a pleasure, but I do have other things I need to attend to. I am the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Right. I am going to have to insist that you stick around for at least a few more questions. Does your wife expose her perineum to the sun? Is that a yes or?
Yes.
Okay.
But everyone knows that a female perineum is much smaller, so they get much less benefit.
Fair. And is there any way to change that about the female anatomy?
There are surgeries.
And
there's perineum affirming surgeries.
Perineum affirming. And okay, and one last question. What parts of the country are most at risk for the blob?
Oh, the Mountain West, I'd say. So Utah, Colorado, the eastern portions of Oregon and Washington, Idaho, Wyoming.
Those aren't funny words at all.
Keep the lookout for gelatinous goo.
Those aren't funny words at all. Thank you, Robert. You've been a guest.
It's my pleasure to be here. I'll take my comments off the air.
You got like the two noses there. Wow. Hey, Bryce is back.
Wow. Thanks so much to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for coming on the show today.
I feel so stupid, Bryce, because I had no questions. I didn't expect Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to show up at all. So it was just me flying by the seat of my pants.
Well, you gotta keep on your toes. You know, that's called improv.
True. Yeah. Well,
you take the premise
and you roll with it.
It's given to you, and you accept that as your reality and move forward.
It's almost like it's a show we're putting on.
Almost. I don't know why I had just stepped out, but man, my throat is feeling rough now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Get all that goo out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the episode. Special thanks to David Day for coming on with his gold tooth. This episode is produced by moi. Thanks to all our new patrons and old. And if you want to help the podcast, share it with a friend. We'll have Max and Sydney back on shortly. Don't worry about it. And I'm sure I'll have to smooth over this episode.
Why?
For some, I don't know. Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, I've been cruel and said that people are stupid. And if you believed in the last what is that storyline that we ran on the show? Mm-hmm. I don't mean to call you stupid. That's just that's just me doing a good job of acting.
Mhm.
So, but I would like to remind you that I am still the owner of the show. And if you want to continue enjoying the show, then I would highly encourage you to support it monetarily. We do this for free. And so, you get to listen to it and for nothing.
Were you able to look at the new patron tiers that we updated?
No, but I will say that, if you've enjoyed the show for a couple of months, and have not given to it, consider giving to it because it helps the show continue. And we just appreciate it a whole lot. It helps. It helps us continue to produce a show that you guys want to listen to. So, and we appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you so much. Thanks again, David, for coming on. This is fun. We'll have you on whenever you feel like it. Maybe.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. That's the wrong one. Here we go.
What was that? Oh, here we are.
Good day, sir. You lose.
You lose. You bet not.
Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is.
I just hit the squirrel through the scraggly woods.
He had no face.
Roar.
Wow, that didn't sound good.